I'm dumbing them down. Wanna get to the top, I'm your bubble like you're loving them now. I see the way they look at me every time. Like I ain't nothing, like I ain't worth a dime. But I got something that they ain't never seen. When I bring that to the masses, they gon' see what I mean.
Hold up, check this shit out.
I be whipping through the shadows at night in a bucket, causing ruckus, doing the unlucky fuckers in my way. When the night is mine, you Taurus when the moon is shining. You dine a low light and now you never gonna see another day. The land I come from is done with pine trees. They will never find me, though we smoke a light. Journey into the mission, you will die like a bitch. Ride to the shit, bro, right when it hit. Have you seen the motherfuckers so well, they still ripping so smooth. When I'm in my groove, watch out, dude, I'm murder your crew. I'm here like Quasimodo. Mine is the hunchback, raised in a dark cage, and only allowed to jump scraps. I mean, a monkey for whether it be the money you're reading, the random junkie, you bitches that have found my tummy on the funky bomb, fucking and spreading across the country. If you try anything funny, I'm leaving this bitch bloody top. I see the way they look at me every time. Like I ain't nothing, like I ain't worth a dime. But I got something that they ain't never seen. When I bring that to the masses, they gon' see what I mean. Well, I'm a freak, baby.
Yeah. What up, NK? Drunks.
With the sauce.
I don't change who I am, gonna be maintaining my image. You think if you made me to a gimmick, then maybe that may bring me some spinach. I cannot live with myself if I'm riddled with guilt. Don't care what nobody say, like I've been riding around in shock. What? The way that you draw me away. Cause I'm thinking maybe that I'm too fast. The tension thinking there's some oobleed. But I'm sharp enough to cut it just by entering the room and walking through the buffet. Turn the mic on, let the energy surge, informing the rest of you who care to listen while I'm spilling my guts. I perform in sepulchre. I've been living with depression, praying that the music redirects it. I think the mood when we connected can maybe get us through if we together. That's an illusion, been aware of it, there's no confusion. It's too apparent when I was using it's too embarrassing. Take a pill, grams, so I could settle in. Why would I still get the feeling maybe I should die? They try to tell us who to idolize. They deluded, they ain't moving you, so why would I? Why would I? Why would I? Never give it up, never giving up. Why would I? Care about what you got, I don't mess with that. Why would I? Care what they've been saying on the regular. When most of them ain't really know they made it up, they said enough.
Why would I put myself in a position to fail? Why would I put myself in a position for jail? I made a decision to make all my written sick as hell. I've been killing so many beats that I should be in a cell. Put me in prison, fucking slitting incisions in the skin of competition. Hit them with full-on collision. This shit does not make a difference, cause I was born for success. I came from humble beginnings and now I'm making the best of it, yeah. Come look at my cards, I've always been a try-hard. I'll never live my life soft, cause then I'll never die hard. I wish you could see my thoughts, cause then you know that I'm not somebody you should be messing with. Never met anybody like me by far.
Why would I still get the feeling maybe I should die? They try to tell us who to idolize. They deluded, they ain't moving you, so why would I? Why would I? Why would I? Never give it up, never giving up. Why would I? Care about what you got, I don't mess with that. Why would I? Care what they've been saying on the regular. When most of them ain't really know they made it up, they said enough. Pour the liquor out and give me a shot. When the beat come on, I'ma beat it up. 14 years been clean, I don't need a drugs. Bring the beef and on, I don't eat enough. Preparing to take emotions, went over the snare and the bass. I done paired everything, I done gave you all I had and then some. So who's the charity case? Y'all don't wanna get it in the middle of the beat that I've been going through, cause ain't no way to see me. Never been retreating, I don't really care. Never been the type to ever wanna be so needy. But you stay in the trap, you're complacent. In fact, the whole players and act, I be paying for that. Put the punks in and here and it ain't coming back. So you stuck with despair like replacing a flat. You expect that I fail, shit know better on my quest to prevail. Cause if I move heaven and earth, then all you're left with is hell. I'm on a rise to taking over this. To summarize, look where the total is. You're at the end of your rope now, I know, cause I'm the one who's holding it. Why would I still get the feeling maybe I should die? They try to tell us who to idolize. They deluded, they ain't moving you, so why would I? Why would I? Why would I? Never give it up, never giving up. Why would I? Care about what you got, I don't mess with that. Why would I? Care what
hello. I'm like Cleopatra and I need no introduction. I was gonna write one but it ran over my budget. So fuck it, directors cut it while we on the subject. Cause there is no judgment in this friendly discussion. I'm here to tell some stories, possibly inspire hope, make some people laugh, convince you to untie the rope, try to show the light. But before there's fire there is smoke, and now I'm taking the higher road to bring back what I'm fighting for. I can see the world in a plane of existence where we face fear with optimism and persistence. No more growing distance over conflict of interest. Together we are in this is all of our business. And I was always told that we reap what we sow, so my goals are lined up, count them 3 in a row. Proper conditions are needed just so the seeds can grow. So come and see the show, you can learn even more. We are all humans, constantly in movement, trying to make improvements in a world of confusion. So you can follow what I'm doing in this music and use it. This is my earthly contribution. We are individuals, living in the physical, making difficult decisions that are also critical. Stop being cynical, all of this is literal. Let's overcome the miserable and step into the pinnacle.
Life is a test, we all are trying our best. And it's easy to want to lose it all. You cannot quit, you know you're bigger than this. Just the fact you exist is beautiful.
Don't get discouraged if you don't know your purpose. Fuck what you've heard, that doesn't render you worthless. You need to reignite that internal resurgence. Ignore the bad urges and stop being so nervous. It does no good to hide your face in your shirt. In my experience, that's only making it worse. We are all stuck trying to find our place on this earth. We are atoms, star molecules, and grains of the dirt. And what honestly bothers me is the hypocrisy. We segregate each other from this global economy. I'm establishing an odyssey with an open door policy where we are constantly progressing. If you would just follow me, I encourage you all just to try to commit, cause the time is nigh. Don't cry and submit, cause the way I see it, you can climb the summit or let go and plummet and fucking die from it. We are all humans, constantly in movement, trying to make improvements in a world of confusion. So you can follow what I'm doing in this music and use it. This is my earthly contribution. We are individuals, living in the physical, making difficult decisions that are also critical. Stop being cynical, all of this is literal. Let's overcome the miserable and step into the pinnacle.
Every day we all got choices to make. They're the same ones we face when all alone. Listen, my dear, for there is nothing to fear. Just keep walking down that lonely road.
I am just a conduit for the powers that be. Call it what you want, but that sounds right to me. All I know is that these words are higher than me. This verbal commitment is a promise that I'll keep. No longer living with resentment, no longer stuck second guessing. If I said it once, then I meant it. These are my mantras manifested. No longer letting it slide. This time we're doing it right. No need to be proving your pride. That's why you're losing your mind. You gotta go with the tide. Stop running away from the light. So tell me why you would hide when there's a whole world outside. We all learn our lessons from our repetition, trying to escape from this mental prison. So listen to each other and respect their wishes. Life in itself is a privilege that we all have been given. We are all humans, constantly in movement, trying to make improvements in a world of confusion. So you can follow what I'm doing in this music and use it. This is my earthly contribution. We are individuals, living in the physical, making difficult decisions that are also critical. Stop being cynical, all of this is literal. Let's overcome the miserable and step into the pinnacle.
Life is a test, we all are trying our best. And it's easy to want to lose it all. You cannot quit, you know you're bigger than this. Just the fact you exist is beautiful.
Dope tone. High quality beats.
I will give you everything, I'll even sell my soul, just to make you happy and to fill this empty hole. But you gave me nothing and I felt my hatred grow, as I sat and watched as our love turned into stone. So I've come to terms that this relationship must end. The ultimate betrayal of a man and his best friend. I know you may feel justified, but I'll make you repent and make you relive every second of our last descent.
This is it, the point of no return. I'ma make these bitches squirm and my soul is gonna burn. My revenge, I've been plotting every minute since she went and fucking did it. Now they both can fucking witness their demise. I despise all that's hidden in their eyes. Life of lies, I reprise all the time that's passed me by. Sabotage and utilize all the demons in your life to publicize the reason why that I've eroticized the time of your death. Bitch, you had to fucking do it. Let me waste my time to boot it. Leave me cold and so confused to think that I was gonna marry you after all the things you put me through. I'll cuddle the memories into you. How could you? How could you? But now it doesn't matter, bitch. I'm the echoes of your past, and I'm meeting with your present just to make your future burn to ash. Please don't struggle, bitch. I just wanna make you suffer for a couple more hours while you stare at your dead lover. Yeah.
Sit your ass down, have a chat with Iron Maiden, and you better fucking listen to the words that I am saying as I draw the knife in the shape of an A, so that every time you look at it, you think of my face, bitch. This ain't something I will let you forget, and the pain you're feeling isn't shit to the pain in my chest. You swore you were different, but you'll suffer like the rest, and your attempts to hide the truth were mediocre at best. Now as for you, motherfucker, I've got something special. You're claiming brother fam, but you're just an empty vessel. Where evil lives and breeds, you're a walking, talking cesspool, and I'ma pop your eyes out like a festering pustule. Your problem is you're always thinking with the smallest muscle, so I'm gonna solve it with an iron pineapple. And you're begging and you're pleading is a sound that's almost sexual, and the feeling of revenge is unexpectedly exceptional.
Zachary 1, I had nothing but love. It was 4 long years of a brotherly trust, but the snakes will emerge and they act upon their lust, leaving wounds that never heal upon the souls of those they trust. With a long thin grin, you've accomplished so much, tore apart a friendship and the one true love that a man could ever have. So now I'll peel back your fingernails and cut trails right up out of Zach's back fast. So this is how it works. I'ma start with this incision right below the cheekbone and reveal the vessels. It is slowly one by one. I'll eliminate the bonds and let the blood run down your face for every wrong you caused. Moving right on down to the rim set. To the hands, yes, a 22 shell blows a nail into the chair that you're strapped to when your tattoos are burning off. With the superheated iron, bro, I hope the fuck was worth the loss.
Now the time has come, and I promise that you'd pay. You have no idea how long I have waited for this day. I have a lust for blood, and baby, you've got what I need. I will take your penance with us. Slice, slice, constant repeat. 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 Slice, slice, was magnolia. I cannot control you. Drop this shit, spread like Ebola. I say nice to know ya. Smoking was magnolia. I cannot control you. Drop this shit, spread like Ebola. I say nice to know ya. 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 Smoking was magnolia. I cannot control you. Drop this shit, spread like Ebola. Running this shit, we ain't playing no games. Talking my shit, ain't no fucking with lames. Fuck on your accounts like my name was Rick James. I'm the sinister minister, remember my name. Stick my dick in your bitch and I'm grabbing her throat. Squeezing the grip while I'm watching her choke. Finger fucking filling every hole. Then I nut and I blasting me neutron that hoe. Looking around, I see no competition. We rolling up woods and get back to the business. We never slow in, we don't do intermissions. We spreading the virus, get down with the sickness. You can't write a verse when you're versing myself. I'm under the radar, I'm coming in still. Stop taking pills, that shit's bad for your health. I'm changing the game like it's calling for help. Wait, none of these pussies fucking safe. Better come at me correct or I'll rearrange your face. Murder, 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 murder. I'm at my full potential, don't you make me take this further. Get no fucks if you don't close. Masked up with a motherfucking fofo. Slow rolling, I'm pulling up solo. Got your bitch in a motherfucking chokehold. Hey, running and gunning, talk shit and I'm busting. Give you a concussion, not up for discussion. No drugs in my system, there's no competition. My mission is giving incisions like wishes. I say nice to know ya. Smoking was magnolia. I cannot control you. Drop this shit, spread like Ebola. I say nice to know ya. Smoking was magnolia. I cannot control you. Drop this shit, spread like Ebola.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. The entertainment age is here at last. Too many racing, but not enough gas. Marketing off a bill of fuels. It's not anymore when there are no rules. Yeah, and I'm just like any other guy. I try to stick a finger in the pie. Sometimes love, it ain't enough. The crust is too thick, my gun is getting tired. And we just keep on doing what we do. No time for me, I got no time for you. You better get with it, or you will never get this. So, la 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 la. All I really gotta say to you, you get treated the way you do. So when I'm old and lonely, you'll be old and better. I'll see you later, 'cause I am a content creator, and you're the frustrator.
The guy told him to take the money. He said, I don't want it. He says, all I'm going to do is kill you people. I have to kill you. The boy asked him, said, you really mean that? And he said, yes, I mean it. Says, well, he said, if you're going to kill me first, because I can't stand to see the girl be stabbed. He said, well, I'll do that. So he started stabbing the kid in the back. He told me 10, 12 times, but he had so much blood him I couldn't tell. I knew he was stabbed several times. And then he stabbed the girl. This guy is a pathological, psycho killer. There's no doubt about it.
Here I sit, loaded clip, got to ride. Brought the SSI place with a ski mask when I arrive. My shrink told me I'm crazy, well maybe I'm actually normal. I'll turn you to a ghost for saying that paranormal. Rocking a tuxedo with a bloody tie. Time to die, covered up in particles from all the homicide. Hi, it's nice to meet you, I'm Chisel and I'm not crazy. Just give me all of your money and you will live maybe. To hell with it, I'm not some motherfucking basket case. I'm lucky for your wallet and hold you upside down for your change. I'm the type of motherfucker to let loose. Killing and spilling and shoving machetes in your caboose. I kill for the thrill and I'm painting this sucks. Murdering motherfuckers for pills and drugs. Got a big wad of cash that I took from your stash. Getting high on my own supply that I stole from your ass. Better have my motherfucking money every first of the month. I'm fucked up on crack and I'm a motherfucking killer. Uzi in your face, make your face news. Ooh, what you looking at? Staring at the face of doom. Pay up, pay up, pay up, ya bitch. Get your throat slit, every penny counts. Prick, motherfucker, what? Motherfucker, what? Motherfucker, what? Psychopathic hustler. Better have my motherfucking money every first of the month. I'm fucked up on crack and I'm a motherfucking killer. Uzi in your face, make your face news. Ooh, what you looking at? Staring at the face of doom. Pay up, pay up, pay up, ya bitch. Get your throat slit, every penny counts. Prick, motherfucker, what? Motherfucker, what? Motherfucker, what? Psychopathic hustler.
What up, it's your boy Jay Caulfield, and you're listening to Uncovering the Underground Radio with my homeboy Skippy Ickham on Spreaker Podcast Radio, bringing you the best underground music.
Ernie, don't you know how I'll shoot you? Hands up! Now! Got the knock down! You're hitting children, sir!
I teach my kids beware of the police.
On the ground now!
They are not your friend.
Criminalizers!
They will not help you in time of need.
Okay, right in the United States. I know my rights. I don't give a shit.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! This is America!
They wanna criminalize us. Times that we live by the news, take truth to the warping us. Tell the story, turn back, strict time, put the cork in us. Strict down to the spine while we trapped in the matrix, just like Morpheus. Cops pop more caps to the back, then baby griddle caps in the wild Planned Parenthood abortion us. And all they ever wanna do is orphan us. Just to navigate the laws, every single American citizen gotta turn into a contortionist. Open the jaws and cram laws down my throat like I want a gun toe, but they forcing us. They giving the price to bear arms, but I'm sticking to fight to scare harm. Motherfuckers if they horse with us, making the course to dust. I represent we the people, everybody be endorsing us. And they never ever gonna gun forfeit us. They put the fork in us, now we done. If we really wanna get it, we can run. This motherfucker becomes something better than whatever they done. I'm a crooked cop, dead up a runner, cause I'm sick of seeing my brother's blood run. We need reform, but ain't nobody wanna listen, so I feed the storm and arm up like we're ready for war. Get hardcore and shit.
Innocent American better be ready, going into battle, bloody war like a spaghetti with the police gang bang. Like a military, everybody better arm up. Every innocent American better be ready, going into battle, bloody war like a spaghetti with the police gang bang. Like a military,
They tryna criminalize us.
every innocent American better be ready, going into battle, bloody war like a spaghetti with the police gang bang. Like a military, everybody better arm up. Every innocent American better be ready, going into battle, bloody war like a spaghetti with the police gang bang. Like a military, everybody better arm up. They getting ready.
Somebody, anybody tell me why the government running the city telling us lies. Because lies every day you behind enemy lines. When they taking our freedom, don't give a fuck about our lives. Fake news, social media controlling the minds. Fuck the popular opinion, man, I see through the lies. But they portraying to be holy, they deceive with the skies. Wolf leading the sheep is on us, they in the mankind. We need to open up our eyes to the sign, stop being blind. Later the brief, one like a nation confined. Have the population doing top and nine, violent crime. It's a sign of the times, how many kind of bonds gonna happen before we find a reason for the rhyme. How many times they commit treason before they try for the crime? How many times they take our freedom just for speaking our minds? Was it with the we grinding with little nickels and dimes? While we trying to keep my head up with the shaking and ridiculous. I'm fed up moments doing time for rhyme that we're victimless. Trying to enlighten my people, no one is listening. They only wanna hear about drugs and change lists. Like I'm talking to myself, like the wind is what I'm pissing in. I'm never gonna be a victim of a battle with a mission. I was born a visionary, but most of the world I'm visionless. A vision is when we coming together, now we limitless. Made in the brave, now made in the cage. They can say all the people that took our freedom away. Turn the silence to truth and everything that we say. But I say fuck that, time to load the AK.
the way, cause if we don't change soon, it's gonna be our last day. Gotta look at ourselves, gotta find a better way. Keep your head up, baby, strong, and to fight another day. So units in America better be ready, going in a battle bloody war like a Serengeti with the police gang bang. Like a military, everybody better arm up. So units in America better be ready, going in a battle bloody war like a Serengeti with the police gang bang. Like a military, they try like we're running alive. So units in America better be ready, going in a battle bloody war like a Serengeti with the police gang bang. Like a military, everybody better arm up. So units in America better be ready, going in a battle bloody war like a Serengeti with the police gang bang. Like a military, everybody better arm up.
Tears splitting into different sides. The difference between us was nothing really listening wiser. Geographical positions, man, indigenous types of natives all around the world. So why you getting us tied up in the bickering life between a billion sizes, shapes and colors? My brothers and my sisters are riders, and the vision is priceless. Which turned into religion was blinded. A war full of infinite fighting. When a man-made shit you're reciting, if it ain't natural campaigns getting you fighting political matters. Though damn shame, killing you guys so your riches get catapult. Enslaved niggas are trying to give us collateral. Niggas was mad at those freaking citizens fighting in every single condition that they said is inciting. Assassinated our leaders trying to get us some rights and misled us with information that they give us in writing. I got from them, beat the freaking Christian inside them. Anytime they resist, we put them in an asylum. If we're giving them rights, then put the same laws that we had for the slaves, y'all. Now them niggas are tied in, and the rage inside of them is freaking igniting. Gangs are forming, drugs gotta get it inside them. So they rage on each other now, and really we like it. Now we locking all them niggas up more quicker than lightning. But to let them niggas free, they got a prison inside them. Panel ran with a stigmatism to blind it. Now they lose when it's all I wonder if they can find it. Since the beginning, opposition getting this blinded. The media feminizing my niggas for prices. And it's all about riches, homie, it's bigger than ISIS. It's bigger than Bloods, Crips, and sickness we fighting. Cause when we fight back, then they criminalize us.
So units in America better be ready, going in a battle bloody war like a Serengeti with the police gang bang. Like a military, everybody better arm up. So units in America better be ready, going in a battle bloody war like a Serengeti with the police gang bang. Like a military, they try like we're running alive. So units in America better be ready, going in a battle bloody war like a Serengeti with the police gang bang. Like a military, everybody better arm up. So units in America better be ready, going in a battle bloody war like a Serengeti with the police gang bang. Like a military, everybody better arm up. They getting ready.
I've been to Iraq 14 times for my people. You come over here and argue. They don't have guns. They don't have guns. They don't. Why are you hurting these people? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. How do you sleep at night? There is no honor in this. There is no honor in this. There is no honor in this, man. There's no honor in this shit. There is no honor in this shit. There is no honor in what you're doing to these people. No honor.
Oh no, man! I see a lot of ugly women, man. This woman is ugly to the bone. She's a fucking nasty fucking bitch, man. Gotta love her.
Equal opportunity is what I'm all about. What's the sound? Never mind, I got my dick inside your mouth. My libido's gone crazy when I'm hazy. So crazy. Come to bending over all these old ladies. Ruthless as fuck, I leave their pelvic bone broke. You're broke. Cause I think it's fun and games, but no joke. All these urges got my dick so hard. Fuck the living, dig up playmates in the local graveyard. I'm a sex fiend, something obscene. Stick my dick in anything, I'm living the dream. It doesn't matter what it is, cause I'm going in dry. Do or die, save the tears, I don't wanna hear you cry. Beauty skin deep, but I'm 8 inches past. In that ass, tear it up till it's fully prolapsed. Then I'm on to the next, appetite unsurpassed. I'm jerking on cars from a busy overpass. Men, women, children, I just don't give a fuck. A hole is a hole, and your hole just got stuck. No, it's just another way to tell me yes. When I'm on my prowess best, to lock the door and pray you're not next. Men, women, children, I just don't give a fuck. A hole is a hole, and your hole just got stuck. No, it's just another way to tell me yes. When I'm on the prowess best, to lock the door and pray you're not next.
Oh, this chick was such a slut. She fucked 2 of the nastiest, the total nastiest. The one guy can't even walk and got 6 toes, man. Nasty fucking.
Neighborhood creeper and I'm out on the prowl. Call me foul when I push my fingers deep inside your bowels. In these waters, it's any port in a storm. Callus covered, my dick is weathered and worn. Pop off their shoes, rub my cock on their toes. In between it goes, and I arc my load in their nose. Choke and poke into rape you, now fall. Fuck them all, high
and cracking, now I'm rubbing my balls. 5 o'clock, cock, hidden in your room. The wretched stench of death counts down the doom of your womb. Muzzle load a baby back into its mom with my dick. Till it clicks, no one buys it, so I gotta get pics. Drunk at the park, with my pants soaked in piss. I try to cop a feel, but stumble to the ground and miss. Another day, another hole, an alcoholic abyss. Fuck my fist till I lose all feeling in my wrist. Men, women, children, I just don't give a fuck. A hole is a hole, and your hole just got stuck. No, it's just another way to tell me yes. When I'm on my prowess best, to lock the door and pray you're not next. Men, women, children, I just don't give a fuck. A hole is a hole, and your hole just got stuck. No, it's just another way to tell me yes. When I'm on my prowess best, to lock the door and pray you're not next.
It's like you got punched in the face by God.
There's a bad feeling outside my window. Let it in. It wants to sin. There's a gray spot of rain in the doorway. Let it go. It wants to know how yesterday could be so cruel. How I could sail on a ship of fools. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Save me from myself. Save me from this world. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Please take me instead. Please take me again. There's an empty void upon my shoulders. Lift away again today. There's resentment carried by the demons. The price was paid. Regrets don't fade. How this morning exists so true. Fable the scars untold who knew. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Save me from myself. Save me from this world. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Please take me instead. Please take me again. Under the lights of secret sight, they use the lines to paint the sky. Forever begging to be free, but the wolves, they got the key.
against itself. Every night, with your stories telling of terror. How can I grow when the soil's been poisoned? Who's gonna show for the hurt and exploited? If money's gonna talk louder than our voices, we've gotta scream. Let them know we have choices. Can you hear us screaming it out loud? Screaming it out loud. Not messing around. Can you feel us about to break it down? About to break it down. Time for changes now. Can you hear our voices? Tell me why we only listen when we're in fear, and we're in fear now. Unify, so we'll breathe the same air. How can I grow when the soil's been poisoned? Who's gonna show for the hurt and exploited? If money's gonna talk louder than our voices, we've gotta scream. Let them know we have choices. Can you hear us screaming it out loud? Screaming it out loud. Not messing around. Can you feel us about to break it down? About to break it down. Time for changes now. We're raising our guns instead of raising our voices. We're opening fire instead of opening our minds. We're paying for weapons instead of paying attention. We're multiplying, but all we've done is divide. Can you hear us screaming it out loud? Screaming it out loud. Not messing around. Can you feel us about to break it down? About to break it down. Time for changes now. Can you hear our voices?
In the walls I see a couple of demons. Tells me Satan wants my fucking allegiance. Had to check if my heart was still beating. Blood on the floor, mixing puddles of semen. They approach us, so I grabbed the skull, ripping its head in two from the mandible. My reactions are more of an animal's, a fanatic for the savage and the graphical. Stand up and the room dissolves. Street glow in the color of luminol. Hooded fingers telling me I need to move along. A trail leads me to a hospital room at dawn. See myself as an infant child. Lucifer walks in with a wicked smile. Hands me a blade, says it's time to reconcile. Now remove this fucking wood, put it in this file.
Into the madness, my dreams are coming alive. What is real or fake? It's really hard to decide. Into the madness, my mind is ready to die. It's only bad nightmares to you, but this is my real life.
Thought I was just thought for attention. Then I saw the devil's horns in my reflection. Animals get anxiety attacks when I'm present. Can't talk to anyone, they won't get it. Feel the walls whisper his thoughts to me. So
we talk back and forth, arguing, trying to convince me that it's all a dream, and to slit my neighbor's throats as they fall asleep. Got to admit, murder can be thrilling. Believe I collect souls to each one that I'm killing. Feel like I'm Satan with a pitchfork and ceiling. Set forth to cleanse a world of souls from your children. Do you hear that? Seize back. That's why I think like that. Only see in black. Demons laugh. Devil's giving me a task. Says you're dead. I release you to your path.
Into the madness, my dreams are coming alive. What is real or fake? It's really hard to decide. Into the madness, my mind is ready to die. It's only bad nightmares to you, but this is my real life. Into the madness, into the madness, into the madness. Into the madness, into the madness, let's into the madness. We in the zone, no telling where it's got us going. No going home, things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah. Tell me how you hype, just say so. Man, I'm living life, I don't lay low. Brought some weapons and I guess I bring a payload. Shocking out of anybody in my way, whoa. Tell the devil I'll be back to get my halo. Till then the motherfucker better stay home. All the power that I hold is finna blow the roof off. Any place I bring a mic, I might take souls. Back up, this shit is real as it gets though. Flow cold, dead nice like a headstone. Rappers popping up, I make them vanish like presto. Stop, drop and roll, I make a fire just to get smoke. Life ain't living it in luxury, nah. But I'm someone they all wanna be, yeah. Guess it's saying that I must just be the next best thing to ever come and touch the scene, whoa. Man, I make a wave like Poseidon. Soon enough, you gonna see me with the trident. King in my blood until the day I stop rhyming. Which will be never, cause my intelligence climbing. Look, y'all been irrelevant, better settle with bars. 16's off, rip like I'm a veteran dog. I've been better than many, stepping in the middle to spar. I feel a little me ain't literally a star. We in the zone, no telling where it's got us going. No going home, things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah. Shit go hard, no doubt about that. Power for the moving and we bring it right back. Like I'm just going pedal to the metal in the fast life. Hoping that you get up on the way before a crash, right? Telling me that I'ma get it whenever the right time comes. But they will never be ready for that when I hype my buzz. I've been living alone and I'm feeling like I'm in the zone right now. So close to blowing up like I'm the bomb right now, whoa. Checking for the team get big. We all no doubt been on that heat wave shit. Everything we do is been a banger for your ears. Perfect melodies, we hungry so we eat that shit. Making waves at a rapid pace, I can pass the days. But talking crafty words in a crazy pattern for accolades. We have the greats anatomy that I'm just here to have the stage. A rap to y'all what I've written and thought over the passing days. But it's plain and in vain to the whole game knowing that my pain and my game be the same thing showing. With my name be the thing that they all speak, hoping that I say every page, leave no line left open. I'm a G-O-D, you just a D-O-G. I keep my shit low key until the beat O-D. I'm in the Z-O and E until I throw in the key. Just keep on throwing the heat, they know me, cause we in the zone. No telling where it's got us going. No going home. Things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah. We in the zone. No telling where it's got us going. No going home. Things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah.
veins. Rev it up, suicide drives my pain. Hate everything about your face. Listen up, kids, cause this is grace. Blood legs from my veins. Rev it up, suicide drives my pain. Hate everything about your face. Listen up, kids, cause this is grace. Slip my fine time, let us see your pain into a face. And your inside slide down a drain. To go queen and find peasants, liars in mine. But my soul, I will never die. Blood lost, homicide in our eyes. And further to ignite my rage. Scream louder when I feel okay. Say what I toss, say this in my name. When I die, what I flame, do not cry for no shame. But I feel no pain, soak in the rains. How do not feel the flames? Tough friends pushing me to the game. I can see my carcass hiding every day. Beat them up, and it fills me up with rage. We are beast up in the cage, the world is dying. Welcome to a new race. Resurrection, intersection. I'm hell in heaven's gates when ashes pour rain. Interaction with the beast, with the more or the beast. Welcome to the triple 666. You've heard the crucifix. Last supper, welcome to your final feast. As the Bible pages burn, angels preach, black rains, jack, poison humans burn in ashes. Simply mean that I collapse with asses. They cheer to cross slow molasses. I see our space rocks and find our crashes. This the mark of the beast, no remorse, only the chosen one will be spared at least. Take a seat, this is start to the end. Blood leaks from my veins. Rev it up, suicide drives my pain. Hate everything about your face. Listen up, kids, cause this is grace. Blood leaks from my veins. Rev it up, suicide drives my pain. Hate everything about your face. Listen up, kids, cause this is grace.
This is God Sims.
I am not normal, bitch, I'm abnormal. I've got a complex that makes me informal. But wait, there's more, though my life is horrible. Kept up for weeks by the voices that forego normal. Thoughts that have got me so vexed that it feels like I'm drifting along through a wormhole. Can't ignore it though, I'm delusional. Wait, I thought that my name was delirious. Man, I'm feeling slow, I can make a show. No emotions, I think that it's serious. Feeling miserable, I can make it all go away. And I'm feeling so feelingless. Take my hand and I'll show you the way. Need your help to extinguish the meek and the meaningless. Let me show you these beautiful pictures inside of my head. The theatric, the viciousness. Limitless is the way that it seems. Look for yourself, you can see what I mean. Visions of death and the worst of my dreams keep me a slave to a force I can't see. Fortunately, I am not cursed. I've simply just been afraid since my birth. Words, expressions, and hunger, this thirst. Spells and on beats for expressing my worth. First, I felt the grip of the feet. Take me and then knock me off of my feet. Then I step back with the force of release. Spit out my pain, left it all in the street. Eventually, I felt relaxed. Lay back to wait for the day they attack. This war that I wage every day is just that. A war every day and no end to be had. Take a little trip with me, please take my hand. Let me bring you on a journey to a wondrous land. Inside my mind, you will find I am not who I am. Now the doctors couldn't help me, but I know that you can. Why don't you stay a little longer, help me through to the end. Please don't say that I am crazy, I don't know if I am. All these voices and my choices, I just can't understand. Help me please, journey with me, bring it all to an end. I was raised grateful, but no, never proud of this grave state. Cecil County had taught me to save base. Never fall, never lapse, never give chase. I'm a rake bacon, never fake greatness. So perplexed by the hate made me feel jaded. I got rose complacent with the venomous breath of a man bred through the most incredible stress. Felt the weight of my death that crashed down on my shoulders. Over and come up all this burden that I'm holding. Suddenly cracking from under this pressure until I get dead from this overindulgence. Soulless and hopeless, now I invoke this anger inside of me larger than notions. Played by anxiety, I've never tried to be anything but what I am in reality. Constantly battling for my humanity, haunted by all of my endless insanity. I'm the epitome of human shit. Beat myself up with these words that I spit. Deprecate me for my belligerence, cause I'm failing to see that I'm actually sick. Forgiveness is not something I'm gonna get for my shamelessly yelling impairment of bliss. All this perilousness that I see is just me. Inside of my mind is a treacherous street. Ceremoniously, I'm evolving to be an indulgent impulsive erroneous sleaze. Hopefully I'll see the joy of my death. Woefully cocky until my last last breath. Save for the crime and the filter I left. Live with the weight of the world on my chest.
Take a little trip with me, please take my hand. Let me bring you on a journey to a wondrous land. Inside my mind, you will find I am not who I am. Now the doctors couldn't help me, but I know that you can. Why don't you stay a little longer, help me through to the end. Please don't say that I am crazy, I don't know if I am. All these voices and my choices, I just can't understand. Help me please, journey with me, bring it all to an end.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Uncovering the Underground Radio Podcast Show. As always, I'm your host, Skippy Yickham of Brutal Business Entertainment, and we got another fun-filled show for you this evening. If you are listening out there, whether live or after the fact and streaming this, please hit the share button and share it around on your social media platforms. The bigger and better things we can do with you guys doing so. So please make sure you hit the share button, the like button, the follow, whatever buttons they give you. And make sure you also check out all updates right now on www.teambrutalbusiness.com. Again, that is www.teambrutalbusiness.com. All of our upcoming shows, our radio shows, our modeling, our professional wrestling, and everything in between. So make sure you check that out. We want to thank our sponsors tonight, Tattooed Scumbag Apparel, and you can check them out at www.tattooedscumbag.com. Again, that's tattooedscumbag.com. Use promo code BBE10 for 10% off your order, and make sure you give them some love. They have great, comfortable clothes, good look to their clothes, and if you're a tattooed scumbag like me, you'll love it. They got everything from hoodies to socks to hats and everything in between, and they really got some great gear. I don't just say that every week because they're our sponsor and I wear it on stage, but I do actually wear their clothing a lot at my home, so definitely think you guys would like it. Hit the share button on those if you see them posting up on Facebook, and give them some love. They are a local tattoo artist who started a local clothing company, and we would like to see you show him some love out there, so make sure you do so. Tonight's show, we have Prime8 on the line, and we're going to be talking to them. They are a rock metal band from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They are members of our label here, Brutal Business Entertainment, so we're very excited to have them on the show, pick their brains, and find out a little bit about their background as a band, what they put out, what they still have to come out, and so much more. And just know that if you are listening to the show right now, you can message us live during our shows to ask our interviewees of the night, whatever questions is that you guys would like to ask them. So if you have a question out there that you want to know from Prime8, please jump on to Spreaker.com or the Spreaker app on the app market. That is Spreaker, and you can instant message us right through the Brutal Business Entertainment radio show. So please do so. We would love to hear from you. It allows you to make comments as well. And we are aired right now not only through Spreaker, which is our hosting platform, but we are on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, and Google Music, and pretty much every other type of outlet out there, Deezer, all the different platforms. So make sure you hit them up and check them out on different platforms. Share us around depending upon which one you use. And let's go ahead and jump into the show for the night. We got Prime8 on the line. Prime8 has been bringing their heavy blend of metal, jazz, hip-hop, and progressive rock to audiences in western Pennsylvania since 2000. Hailed as Pittsburgh's experimental juggernauts, the band's high-energy performances and jarring sound make them a standout amongst other metal bands in the Pittsburgh music scene. Prime8 was formed by vocalist Sean Schemmel and former guitarist Ian in 2000. While Sean preferred punk, rap, and indie rock, Ian was a fan of classical metal. The two agreed to disagree, resulting in the aggressive chaos that is Prime8. Over the years, while many members have come and gone, the band found its rhythm with their addition of their drummer Chuck and bassist Mike. Chucky has been playing drums since he was a child. Previously, he played as a metal band in the metal bands Redfish and Latch, both out of Pottsville. Mikey, an Army veteran, was previously active in the band's Soul Giants, classic rock and blues band, Afterthought, which was an alternative rock band, and Convulsion, which was a metal band. He also participated in many open stage nights and performing jazz and blues. Together, Mikey and Chucky used their knowledge of chord progression and polyrhythms to inform Prime8's brutal sound. In 2014, Megan and Vincent came on board, rounding out the band's electric sound. Megan, also from Pittsburgh, Wild Geese, saturates the band's primal call with her Celtic-influenced licks and riffs on her violin. Vinny, also from Oregon and Pittsburgh, kind of both between, but from Oregon and Pittsburgh's band, excuse me, I read that wrong, Buffalo, joined Ian on the guitarist, and the band was at that time whole. It was the band's greatest moment of sorrow and suffering when Vinny, at the age of 27, suddenly passed away in 2015. Vinny pulled from a wide range of different interests for his inspiration, from literature, music, and philosophy to ancient history, metaphysics, and the occult. His influence on the band was profound. Before his passing, together Sean and Vinny wrote a song, Battle Cry. The song was released on the band's latest album and was renamed The Conqueror, in honor of Vinny, whose name means to conquer. After 19 years with the band, Ian left Prime8 in 2019 to spend more time with his family and pursue other interests. In his place, the band found its youngest member, Alex, who leads his simply amplified guttural sound on the lead guitar. In July 2015, the band was thrilled to announce the addition of Josh, of cutting-edge Pittsburgh Dick rock band God Hates Unicorns, as keyboardist. Prime8 tours regionally at bars, festivals, and basements, swimming pool parties, alleyways, and more, and they are also available for wakes and bar mitzvahs. Prime8 is proud to be the second band signed to Brutal Business Entertainment, and recently they added a brand new member, Pete, to the lineup, and we're going to get to meet all these guys tonight, and we are very excited to pick their brains a little bit. Well, without further delay, welcome to the show, guys. Thank you for being on.
Thanks for having us.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going good over here, guys. I'm appreciating you guys coming on with me tonight to be able to kind of shoot the breeze a little bit, find out who you guys are. You've been around as a whole for quite a long time, so we're going to dive a little bit further into that. Very impressive bio, just explain the member changes over the years, the shaping of different sound, and ultimately to bring you what you guys are now, which I've been a huge fan for many years now, and I still certainly am. And we're going to talk a little bit about the new album you guys recently dropped, Metamorphosis, and kind of go from there. But why don't you guys tell us? We'll start out with you, Sean. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the initial thought of Prime8? And I know we kind of read how it came together, but why don't you give us an overview from your point of view how we came with Prime8 today?
Well, Prime8 started a long time ago, and we've seen a lot of evolving of the band. We play on the name Prime8 for evolution. We threw back one of our older albums called De-Evolution, and the band has evolved. You did touch base that we just released Metamorphosis, and that really is a transformation of what we were to who we are today.
No, that makes sense. I mean, you guys have certainly changed, metamorphosized over the years in different ways, different sounds, different looks. But it's always been solid. It's always been something I've been a fan with. And that's hard to do. A lot of bands, one of two things happen with constant member changes. I don't want to say constant like you guys are constantly doing it, but I mean, you have had several. And over the years, as those changes happen, it can either completely destroy a band, it can completely change their sound, or in a more rare case, it can metamorphosize, and you guys have simply found the way to do that. So kudos to you guys for being able to keep it together and keep killing it consistently.
Yeah, well, we got a great group of people here now, and we're all solid now, brother.
That's good to hear, and I'm glad to have you guys a part of Brutal Business Entertainment. It was a no-brainer. We'd worked together for quite a few years and played a hell of a lot of shows together and had some fun. So when I was thinking of adding a new band to the roster, you guys were certainly on my mind and radar, and I think it's a good partnership. I think there's a lot of great things to come. We are building the castle, and then we are bringing out our brute force. So if you were listening out there, there's a lot of big things coming for Brutal Business, a lot of big things coming for Prime8 in the next year or two. So just keep your eyes out and ears out. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the writing process with everything changing as of recent in the last year or so, and a lot of different pieces moving around. How was the writing process to write Metamorphosis?
On that album, we released that album only probably 4 months or something after Ian left the band.
So we had a couple of those songs already written. 2 songs that were brand new on that. So it's only a 5-song EP, and of that 5 songs, 3 of them were previously written. So, but the 2 that we did write recently, we came together. Actually, what's funny is we wrote Black Banana with a trumpet player, and obviously we have no trumpet player. But Mikey and Chucky played this out with a trumpet player, and that's how we wrote that song, which is pretty amazing, I think. What do you guys think?
I love that. I love that song.
Yeah, great tune. So, Mikey, that's how we wrote the Black Banana song. So
just follow the trumpet.
That's right.
That's it. That's interesting, though. It's not what you would normally think whenever you're writing a song and you ask a band or you're talking to a band, say, how did you write that song? Oh, well, we used a trumpet. That was our bread and butter that wrote that song, was the trumpet in it. No, that's great, though.
It was actually my nephew, my wife's nephew came over. He's only 17, and he came over, and I was like, play bam, 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 and then
I didn't know that.
Yep. So right now we've evolved even more so with Josh and Pete joining the band. We're currently writing a new album. It's going to be a full LP, and it's our first concept album that we've ever attempted at, and it's been a fun process so far. Really early in the stages right now. So having Josh as a keyboard player, that really I think is going to be key to writing this next album. And oops, sorry about that. That's me. Yeah, sorry. I had to turn that notification off, but so with Josh joining the band, it's much. I think having a keyboard player is much simpler process to writing because it gives us a nice flow to begin with. Josh?
Yeah, I'm going to try to make them good.
As long as you can jump in and make them good, we'll all like them then. So, no, that's great though, guys. I think it was a great element to add, and if you guys pull it off correctly, I think it'll be very vital to you guys. I believe you guys already have such a unique sound, and with the violin and everything that you do is definitely, as your bio says, it stands out in the scene, and adding the keyboards with that, I think, really just brings it home.
Yep, and wait until you hear the new guitar player Pete.
Pete. I'm excited to listen to your licks and hear what you have to do, Pete. I haven't. I know you're the newest member to it, and it's been kind of fresh, so I haven't got to experience you live yet or get to see much of your stuff. But I look forward to witnessing you guys as a whole.
Sounds good, man. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So where did you guys? I mean, how did the connection come across? I'm always curious whenever people find new members. Was this something that Pete and Josh? Is it something you knew the guys in Prime8 and that's how you connected, or was it something that they held an open casting for the position? I know that Josh, I believe you obviously played with Sean for years, and we have as well. Pete, is it something that you knew? You knew Sean?
I don't know anybody here. I just moved here not too long ago. I'm the Columbus music scene, so I'm kind of new to this.
Okay.
I didn't know. I was just answering a Facebook ad that Sean put out, and didn't know anything about these guys. Never heard them.
It was a Men Seeking Men ad.
That's right.
Good man.
Men Seeking Men.
Men Seeking Men ad. Sometimes that's the best way to get them, I guess. No, that's great. That's absolutely awesome. That's why I asked it, because you have different ways. Sometimes it's, hey, we knew each other from other bands, as I think Josh and Sean have, and then you got you who's just said, hey, I don't know any of these fuckers. I showed up, I answered an ad, and this is how it came about.
I don't know any of these fuckers. That's how it came about.
I love it. That's great. Well, so what do you guys have in store? Obviously you said that you're now working on new material together. What is the plan? I know you mentioned Sean, and any of you guys can answer this, but what is the plan for the next album?
Well, we don't want to go too much into detail on the content of the album, But because it is a concept album, and we'd like to keep that to closer to the release date. We're not going to release that until late next year. And we got a couple shows coming up here now where we're just going to finish them off for the year, then hibernate and start writing, going putting our teeth in it, you know?
Absolutely. And why don't you tell us a little bit about those shows you got coming up? I see quite a list of gigs coming.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to play tomorrow. Saturday. We were supposed to play on Saturday, and we found out on Friday that the bar closed.
Okay, or something.
I think the owner's really sick.
Yeah.
But we had to cancel that. It's only the fourth show that we've ever canceled in the 19 years we've been a band, and total out of our own control, which was pretty crazy. That our last two shows, both bars closed a week before we played at them. So it was a little crazy. But the one that we have, we're playing out in New Kensington. What's the date on that?
18.
Yeah, 10/18. And that's the first time we're traveling out to New Kensington. We're playing in
it's an underground. It's Preserving Underground.
Yeah, Preserving
Underground.
Huh. Haven't heard of that venue yet. That's pretty cool though.
Preserving Hardcore.
Preserving Hardcore. Yeah, sorry.
They'll probably close the day before we play there.
Yeah, there'll be a flood or something like that because I think it's in the basement. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard good things about it.
Oh yeah.
We're playing with a couple band that we met last year out at Rocking for a Cure. They're called the
San Francisco
Sextoid. Yeah, they're the ones who threw that show together, and we're going out there and have a good time out there. What other ones do we have, guys?
We've got, I think I know, Tower 29 at the end of November. But
yeah, November 9th that show is.
There's one in Ohio after this.
Yeah, we have a show with Stone Wicked Souls.
That's the following weekend for the Ken.
Yeah, that's our Halloween party. Mm-hmm. So that'll be a good time. We always have a good Halloween party. We make it a tradition to have every year. We get dressed up, get a little crazy, get a little bloody, get a little drunk.
It's always a good time. You can't beat it. I enjoy it every year myself, going out to a good show, performing, getting a little lit, dressing up, having fun.
We've played it many times together at our Halloween shows there, Skippy.
Yes, we have. It's been many. I mean, I don't even know how many at this point. It's been like 4 at least. So
every year except for this year.
Yeah, every year, but this year you guys are slacking. You let me roll this year. You didn't pitch in on me.
I didn't book this show. They asked.
No, I'm just busting your balls, man. I'm not even looking to play around Halloween. I'm just messing with you. I play at 19th at Sidebar in Katanning. But that's about the only thing I have coming up in October.
Yeah, that's good. I love October. We love the fall around here.
I love the fall. I love playing out at bars, the way the atmosphere and the air and just the feeling of shows in October. It's always been a good feel to the world, like just the world around you, at least in Pennsylvania. In October, it has a certain feel to it, and I love it.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, you guys have played, obviously, over the years with a large amount of bands. I mean, so many shows that I see you guys playing on. That's one of the big things I would definitely give you guys kudos on is your guys are constantly out there playing, which is awesome. If you had to pick one of your favorite shows, which would it be? I mean, and that can go for the guys that are already in the band, for the guys that are new, or that have been in the band, I mean. For the guys that are new, you can always say about one of your favorite memories playing live yourself. Well, what is some of your favorite memories over the years playing shows?
I have to say Altar Bar when we played with Head PE and Mushroom Head. That was a big show. I mean, there was the place was packed, so that was awesome to play in front of that many people and get the response we got.
Yeah, I always like the Altar Bar. The Altar Bar was one of my favorite places to play.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
It's sad that it's gone now. I always enjoyed playing that.
Yeah, that's the show that stands out for me, though, was the Altar Bar that night.
Altar Bar was a fun club.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome, man.
I think Megan lost her DI that night. Yeah, she was like, oh, God. Guys, I lost my last show. She left her violin stand. She
oh, shit.
Yeah, she forgets.
Yeah, that ain't cool, and that's not an expensive. That's not an expensive instrument to be forgetting anything on either.
The next time Prime8
Or
plays,
cheap
just
instrument.
stand
Cheap
around
instrument. I
and
mean.
Look for something to go with the violin. She'll be.
Yeah, just stand around, wait till we leave, and you'll get something, I'm sure.
You don't even have to rob her. If you want anything, you just wait till she leaves, and you're like, all right, got it.
Yeah, sorry, Megan couldn't make it here tonight with us. So school night, and she's a teacher, so got to get up early with the kiddies.
I completely understand. Well, shout out to Megan and all of her work that she's done on the violin for Prime8. If you haven't checked it out, that's one of the things that really makes them stand out is the violin over the years. Gives it a very Celtic type piratey fucking sound that I love. It just makes me want to like grit my teeth and bite someone. And if music does that to me, it's a good thing. But let's take a look here. Why don't we jump into our first track from you guys and listen to something that you guys have done so far. We got Black Banana as the first one up. Why don't you tell us about this song? Any one of you can, and we'll go ahead and jump into it.
That's one we wrote with the trumpet.
Yeah, that's the one we wrote with the trumpet, and you can see the video. Your boy Tyson made the video. It's on YouTube. I think it's also on your Brutal Business. Is the Brutal Business YouTube up yet?
Yeah, it's up and running, guys. So we are back in action on the Brutal Business Entertainment YouTube. Search Brutal Business ENT, and all of our artists' videos will pop up. You can listen to a great slew of underground talent.
Yep, and Tyson made the video. It's on YouTube. But let's take a listen to it.
Killer graphics on the video, Prime8 on the song. This is Black Banana. We'll be back on Uncovering the Underground here in just a few minutes. All right, and we're back on Uncovering the Underground Radio podcast show. I'm your host, Skippy Yickham of Brutal Business Entertainment, and that was Black Banana by Prime8 here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a rock underground metal band that we have on the show tonight. We've been interviewing them, finding out a little bit about their past. We're going to talk a little bit about their future coming up. If you like the song, drop us a comment and let us know. Hit the share button, search them on social media. We'll be giving you their links and all the places you can check them out at the end of the show, so stick around. And like I said, just let us know what you think of it. I love that track. I love that video. As we said, that video was done by Killer Graphics, from Washington State. Great graphic animation artist over there that's on the team as well, Brutal Business. And as I said earlier, check out teambrutalbusiness.com for all updates and all the things we got going on right now. And, guys, what was the thought process when writing this song?
We just did it, man.
But I mean, like the Black Banana, so you wrote the song, I get that, but like whenever it was like, all right, it's lyric time, let's put this song together, let's create this. What was the thinking? What inspired Black Banana?
I think we all have different ideas about that. I figure it's a banana that doesn't want to go rotten before getting put in banana bread. You know what I mean? That's how I take it.
Yeah, I was. The lyrics came from that song as me. I was just laying on the couch. I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna write a song about some fruit flies." And she was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna write a song about fruit flies." She's like, "Okay." So I started writing on my phone, swiping. Oh, okay. Like, how's this sound? She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." But it was a fun thing. I was glad that my nephew came down and played with us, and it was a very, very memorable part of Prime8, in my opinion. I mean, every song is memorable, and I think that's special in its own way.
I agree. It absolutely is, and that's a special song. I like it. I love watching the video to it and listening to the song. It's just a good song to jam to. I can just bob my head. The one we're going to be playing here in a little bit is actually one of my absolute favorite songs from you guys, which is Love, Drugs, and Headlines, which we'll be going into shortly. I love that song. I don't know. It does exactly what it needs to do to me. And that's, sometimes you just know. You hear the right song and you're like, okay, that's the one.
Yeah, we wrote that song that you're talking about with Alex, who's no longer in the band.
That really came from me.
Yeah, the Love, Drugs, and Headlines, that really came from Chucky and Alex. But Pete's now playing guitar, and he does a great job on it. He's really does the song justice, I think.
We want to let our metal influence be, known that we're just not soft, like we want people to know we could bring it too.
Oh, yeah. Turn it up to 11.
Yeah, man, put that on 11.
Yeah, so Skippy, my background, just real quick, is I'm former thrash guitarist. So when I started listening to these guys, I got on board with them. It's fresh, it's new. To me it is, and it really struck me when I heard these songs. It actually really kicked my ass is reading the lyrics. If you read some of these lyrics, your mind will be fucked. They're really.
You're saying that to Skippy Yickham.
It's right. That's how I structure. Just like with Sean giving lyrics out, I'm starting to write new stuff, and with these lyrics, I mean it's killer. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, I got about 6 songs already written not songs written, lyrics written. The songs are not written yet. We started doing one now with Josh. Was more of the core on it. For the newest song that we're writing on the album, but in regards to Love, Drugs, and Headlines, that song is going to be our second release. We're about to get a video out for that, and we're probably hoping to get a video out probably in a month or two on that for that song.
Well, you heard it, folks. Keep an eye out for some new video to be dropping sometime soon. Keep an eye out for some new music coming out soon. And like I said, hit the share button, hit the like button. Now, you just said something interesting to me. You have the lyrics written, you said, but you don't have the songs written, correct?
that is how we got. I got about 6 songs. We're probably going to put about 12 songs on this album. Our writing process is different in many ways. It's not that I write the lyrics first in every song. There's other songs that we have the band write first, and then I come in and write lyrics afterwards. And everybody has a piece to the writing process, and I'm very excited about this, where we're going now. A lot of the older stuff was written by Ian and me, and we played a lot of our songs for a very long time. The band broke up for about 3 years, and when we got back together, we started playing, some of the older stuff. That's why we released the De-Evolution album. And then after that, when we came full force, we got Vinny. And then, Vinny, we wrote The Conqueror with him. And that album was like a Frankenstein album, I always call it, because we had that's a self-produced album. Mikey was the one who recorded it all, mastered it all, mixed it all. Mikey was the master of The Conqueror. So when you listen to that album, give Mikey props, because we didn't really know what we were doing, but it ended up being a very good project. Vinny passed away, so we had to sort of get just raw recordings of him and do songs of just with his guitar, and then put the drums on afterwards. That's backwards when it comes to a band. You put the drums down first, right? Everybody knows that. And it was a very difficult process doing The Conqueror. And so coming back with Metamorphosis, it was really a nice, fresh feel to kind of get over, losing Vinny and losing Ian and moving on. And we're going in the right direction.
Now, if you guys had to say a moment as a band, or even a person, it doesn't matter. I always like asking this question to my guests because it's always interesting answers. If you had to say a moment that you don't regret doing, something you've done that you don't regret doing, but you certainly wouldn't do it again, and that can be musically, that can be personally. That's a question that gets asked almost every single week on the show. What would it be? And that can be whichever one of you guys want to jump in on that.
Regret? The funny thing about regret. The funny thing about regret. A whole bunch of years ago, we've played so many shows, I could say things that we regret all the time. Things, Ian falling off stage, me punching Ian in the face, on stage.
Smoking too many blunts before a show.
Smoking too much blunts before the show. That's a good one for once you talk about rant. Passed out outside of the car. We're crazy band guys. We're crazy. So I don't think I regret anything.
I don't regret anything.
A little bit I did.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's do it again. Yeah, I'll do it again.
That's great. You got no regrets.
About a few months ago, my buddy Sean came up to me and asked me to join his band. Now, a few months later, I'm like so regretting it. That's right.
That's funny. That's unforgivable. Did you guys ever see that video on Facebook years ago? Unforgivable, I mean.
No,
has the black guy talking about getting me a chicken sandwich and waffle fries. You guys never seen that?
No.
Now you need to see this video. It's the funniest shit in the world. It's this dude, and it was big on YouTube for a while. He tells these stories, and they're fucking hilarious. I mean, they're out. It's called Unforgivable. But you guys just made me think of that when you said about regretting, the way that you said that. But no, that's funny. Yeah, it's best not to regret and just accept the life that you have and what you've done and the stories that made you and keep pushing forward, because going back and changing it, you wouldn't be who you are, and what the fuck fun would that be?
That's right.
Yeah.
So, what any collaboration plans coming up? I know from time to time you guys do collaborate with other artists. Is there anything coming up outside of the scope of U6, or is it just mainly going to be just the band for a little while putting out music?
We're going to probably stay in the core. Maybe I'm thinking on the new album that we're writing now, we're probably going to do something with some of the Brutal Business artists. Throw a couple of guys on a track. I think that's probably in the near future.
That'd be pretty dope. I mean, definitely something I think the fans would like to see, mixing it up even more. It's the good thing is when you don't set rules for yourself, there are no rules for yourself. So have fun with it. Put out music that people are going to enjoy that's different and off the wall. And I think Brutal Business brings a little bit of everything. As I said, we are very excited to have you on the roster. And for those listening out there, if you haven't listened to all the other artists on Brutal Business, please make sure you check them out. There are so many different people involved in so many different backgrounds of music. You got everything from, kind of acid sludgy metal to what I like to call these guys my pirate metal, to Nine Stitch Method, who's some progressive new edge metal, and just everything in between. The grimy ones who mix a little bit of hip hop with some very stompy head PE type shit. It's just we bring it all to you. So check out Brutal Business artists, and you'll find something you like.
Yeah, don't forget my boy Salt the Snail.
So that's why I said the sludgy acid rap. Or acid metal, I mean.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
Yeah, we've known them for probably 15 years, 10 years or so, man. They've been around a long time, since the Pipe Wrench days.
Yeah, they're good guys. I remember playing with them in Pipe Wrench and having some fun times back then. Howlers.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Shout out to Howlers. That's where Mike is the sound man there.
Oh, Mike, you're the sound man at Howlers right now?
Yeah.
Once in a while.
He was there for like 5 years. Like a couple of years? How many years ago? 6, 7 years?
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Howlers is our like stomping ground, man. Like Howlers is like a staple in the Prime8 business. We love Howlers.
I like Howlers a lot too. I've had some fun times there. I just like going. It's just, it's a little hole in the wall. You just pop in. They have a nice little fucking. I like their stage. It's small, but it's perfect for when I'm doing the hip hop stuff. So for a band, I think it'd be tough as hell. So kudos to you guys, but because it doesn't feel like it would be very big up there.
No, it's fine. It's a lot nicer now than what it was when we first started playing there. In 2000.
Okay, I didn't see it back then.
Yeah, it's a whole different world.
Back in 1973.
That shit was something else, man. And we used to play there like almost every. That's where we met Mikey. That's where we met Mikey. In what 2001, 2000?
I don't remember.
Yeah, 2001.
It's been a long time.
That's pretty crazy. I didn't know that's how you guys met each other. I've known both you and Sean, you and Mike for quite a while. I didn't know that's how you guys met. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we met you at the Rock Room performing.
You met me at the Rock Room. Yes, that's correct. The Rock Room. What an interesting place that is. And then so many venues that are not around anymore. The Rock Room still is. Obviously, Howler still is. But there's so many that have come and gone. Like we mentioned earlier, Altar Bar was one of your guys' favorite memories with Head PE. Well, that unfortunately is no longer a venue. And there was a lot of fun ones over the years. What would you guys say is your favorite, venue that you guys have played? It doesn't have to just be here in Pittsburgh, but I mean, overall, what each individually is your favorite venue that you've ever played?
I don't know.
That's a tough question, I know.
I think I prefer shows and venues, but that's me personally. I mean, I
like Peabody's in Cleveland. They recently closed the last few years, but we used to play a bunch of shows back in the day with like a bunch of old industrial rocks like Nitzareb and Christian Death and stuff like that. And we always tore up there, and they had like 2 stages. They all treated us great. One of the ladies who ran it was from Pittsburgh, so she always had to come out and do it. It was always fun, and we always got to the green room, had food, drinks, and Fun shows.
What about your favorite place, Pete? Where's your favorite place to play?
Alrosa Villa, Columbus, Ohio.
Good place?
That's where Dimebag got shot.
Oh.
And it's a sad thing, but that was my favorite place to play.
Yeah.
Alrosa Villa.
I can understand that.
Or the Newport Music Hall.
The Sidebar is cool, man. I know you got that show coming up there. That's a cool little venue.
Yeah, Sidebar's a fun little place to play. It's different, you know what I mean? It's just a nice little hole in the wall. It's always been a place I've called home. You know, there was a really cool venue that I liked that I played with you guys, so it's a good memory to bring up, or at least some of you guys, and it was only one show, and it was awkward as fuck, but it was that place that was an art place in their house, but also a venue.
Night Gallery.
Oh, yeah, Night Gallery.
Yeah.
That was a weird little venue, but I dug it.
Yeah, I like that place. Cheryl Spector, she owned that shit.
Okay.
That was a good place. I always liked playing that. It was sad when they closed. I like her art, too.
I only played there that one time, but yeah, they had a really cool setup. I love the art. I love the feel of the place. And then you just walk out into that room and boom, there's a stage. And you're like, okay, where the fuck did that come from? And there's just bands playing. And you feel like you're in your house, but then you feel like you're not in their house. And it's crazy. That was a really cool venue.
Yeah, you know, her mom is the owner of that sound and light company, that strobe light, and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Okay, I didn't know that.
Her mom is the one who owns that business and runs that business. I don't know if she runs it or whatever.
Yeah, Cheryl did a portrait of my son.
Yeah, she did portraits of Jen and I too. Two portraits of Jen.
And you're speaking of the same company that does Rock for Life sound and lighting every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they do a great job. Phenomenal.
Yeah, her mom, so Cheryl was the one that, ran that place. I really liked it. She used to have, like, what, brownies in the front or something like that. The worst part of that place was there was nowhere to sit. And I was like, hey, look, you got to get some, like, seats on the side here or something. So people can sit down.
Fucking old now. I got to sit down on the show.
That's fucking right, man.
That's the second reference of being old, young man.
Yeah. Hey, I was just on a fucking podcast
He's the baby.
earlier where I was the oldest motherfucker there. So I'm taking on you.
Except for Megan, you're the baby.
Right?
Yep. Megan's the baby.
And I'm up late.
Baby,
I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
I'm taking the young crown.
Yeah.
You guys have a wide range of ages going on over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Alex had just left. He was only 21. And our oldest member now is Pete.
Well, he couldn't play past his curtain.
Yeah.
Couldn't drink the bar either.
Yeah. Well, when he started playing with us, he wasn't even 21. He played like, played like five, 6 shows. Got a girlfriend. Said, all right, that's it. I got everything I need.
He's like, I have to be home before the streetlights come on.
Hey, you know what, though, man? Everybody got their own, their own path. I guess they got to walk. So, more power to him if that's what he felt.
Yeah, well, we love him.
Alex is a good dude.
I'm glad he was on the album. He contributed a lot, and nothing but love to him.
Yep.
Absolutely. Shout out to him. And every step in the journey makes you guys who Prime8 is. So, like I said, it's a cool thing. Now, let me take a look here. If I ask every group this as well, if you had to pick one animal that would take over the entire chain of animals and be like the ultimate ruler of them all, who would it be and why? What type of animal? And I don't mean like in a cynical way, like they become like humans and they talk or anything. I mean, I'm just talking animals take over the world. Who is it?
It has to be a primate, doesn't it?
I mean, it doesn't have to be, but you'd almost think it would have to be in this case, right?
Nah, Yorkshire Terrier.
Yeah.
I'm going with platypus.
Platypus.
You know what? Platypuses are heavily underrated.
They're fucking venomous, man.
They're venomous and no one knows it. You know what I mean? They swim all around. You're like, look at that fucking weird thing, and then it's like you're dead.
Dead.
What about yours, Chuck? What is your spirit animal?
I don't know. I'd probably have to say a salmon because of their endurance and strength. How they don't give up.
All right, that's different. See, that's why I like that question, because I always get a lot of different responses. I haven't heard the platypus yet. I certainly have not heard the salmon yet, so that's interesting. I've heard everything from lions and fucking bears to ants.
Yeah.
So
Those are bastards.
little fucking, they'll just bug you to death.
Yeah, good bug you.
Or sponge would be good too.
Yeah.
Just a sponge.
Well, they're funny.
Yeah, nothing would really mess with you. It would just walk by you.
Yeah, they're finding in Antarctica still alive, ancient sponges and shit. So yeah.
We got here by ancient sponge.
I wonder where this whole
That's our next
conversation-
hit.
Where
Don't be
was this
giving away too
going?
much. Don't be giving away too much. That's our next hit now.
Oh, that's the next title.
Wow.
Oh my, great stuff. So, you know, I guess what is the one struggle as a band? And I like asking bands this because I've been in many bands myself. What is the one struggle that you guys have as a band? And most people would say, well, why would we want to answer that? No, tell us. Why? What is the one struggle you guys have? Is it getting all on the same page for practices with scheduling? Is it, sometimes being combative to one another for writing? I know that sometimes my band I was in for quite a long time had a hard time agreeing on, the certain direction of a song. There was always one thing that was like, oh, that's our one fucking gripe that we have as a band, but everything else is solid. What is the one thing you guys wish and hope to improve on?
So we have a hidden track on one of our old songs, and we were going to the recording studio, and this really is a true struggle for us. We are on the struggle bus when it comes to being on time. Motherfuckers is always late from the motherfucking band Prime8. Motherfuckers is always late. So we practice every week, every
Nobody
week.
has a concept
Yeah,
of time.
it's like, we're starting practice at 11 o'clock. Mikey showed up at 11 o'clock at night. Well, I thought we were practicing. Right?
Well, that is a struggle, though, man. That is a struggle, I think, for a lot of people to be able to make the time, to be able to get there on time. And I mean, that's just a lot of people in general. I mean, we had a problem with that. Sometimes it would just be the scheduling in general of trying to pick a day that all five of us could be there at the same time because everybody's scheduled. So it was not so much being on time, but it was picking the time. That's why it's always interesting to hear what the struggle is within the band, and it's something to certainly strive for, to keep working at. Now, so with your guys' writing process, how often do you practice? You said once a week?
Yeah, once a week we get together.
Now,
Yeah.
how do you structure your practices? Is it mainly going over old material and then, towards the end, writing new? Is it certain practices are just writing practices, others are just rehearsing?
Well, we're trying to get through the end of the year here, so we're just really playing the songs that we're going to finish out those shows with. And at the end of practice, we've been starting to write songs. That's been the process. So, and then we go back, so we play songs that we're familiar with. Actually, Pete and Josh, they've only been in the band for, 2 months?
2 months.
Yeah, so 2 months. So you figure that's only 8 practices, right? So they're really kind of new with the songs, but they're doing a great job transitioning into the band, and it's
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, one of the other questions I wanted to backtrack on, and I didn't get a chance to ask, is Pete, as a guitar player myself, I always ask other guitar players, what are you playing on? What type of guitar? What type of rig?
My main guitar is a Fender Strat, but I just picked up a Jackson Kelly, which is now, it seems to be my main guitar. Rig, Marshall, only Marshall, Digitech effects, Boss effects. That's about it, really.
Okay, so you're sticking with the classic Fender Strat and the Jackson. You got the Marshall amps. You got a real, I'm sure, warm, crisp tone.
Yeah, I like a crunchier tone, but I'm just like I'm trying to replicate what the band's been doing for the past 20 years, whatever songs we're playing. So I'm trying to meld into that to find out, where my sounds can fit in. And I think I'm getting it down pretty good.
I think you are too.
Hey, thanks, Mikey.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. I'm always fascinated to listen to other people's guitar work. I've been a long time guitar player myself, like I said, and something I always admire, seeing what people play on. Now, what is your favorite guitar? So, what brand? What do you prefer to play? If you could pick anything, whether you have the guitar or not, what is your go-to?
My go-to is Fender Strat.
Fender Strat? Okay, perfect.
Strat. That's my go-to. But I'm branching out.
That's awesome, because you know what? Honestly, with it being the name that everyone in the world knows, you don't honestly meet, or at least I personally don't, a lot that stick with straight Fender Strat as being like their number one go-to. So that's pretty awesome that it is.
Yeah. I'm kind of partial to Gibson, but I Fenders of I just like the action on the neck, and it's just the reliability of the damn thing. I mean, it doesn't give up. I'm still playing the one that I've had since I got married. My wife bought me way back, and it's a 94. I think it's a 94, and it's still jamming. I mean, it goes. It'll keep going.
They do stand the test of time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What year's your bass, Mikey?
I have no fucking clue.
That thing is old, man. That's like 1970. Yeah, 1984 or something. What do you have, an Ibanez?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, see, I played a little bit on a Fender Strat, throughout my years playing. It was never something, and I like them. I respect them as guitars. They do stand the test of time. It was never something that I was able to truly unleash on for me. Now, one of the ones I did like, and it sounds kind of cliche, but Gibson Les Paul, my buddy bought one. It was a classic studio custom one. It was, I forget how many thousands of dollars. He fucking went in on this thing. And he ended up not liking it. So he bought this guitar. He just was like, man, I just don't feel, I can't jam on this guitar right. He's like, I wish I would have spent more time on it before I bought it. I killed it on this thing. And he would let me play it in live performances, and I'd fucking shred on this thing. And then years later, he started to play on it and really fell in love with it. But during that time period, that would have been my number one go-to of all guitars I've ever played. That, or I've grown quite fond with Schecter recently. They make a good quality guitar for a reasonable price that you're not playing buku. Because prior to that, my favorite guitar would have been an ESP. But you're paying, a few $1,000s for that ESP, where I can spend $800 for a Schecter and get a pretty goddamn close comparable sound.
They are real close. I mean, yeah, if you want to put those two side by side, there's not a lot of difference.
There isn't. I'm surprised. I mean, Schecter came in the game and they were like, listen, we're just gonna fuck you all. we're gonna come in with a really reasonably priced quality product. That's a hard thing to do because, and I'm not talking shit on a $500 or $600 guitar, but if you get a $1,000, $2,000 sound out of that $500 or $600 guitar from Schecter. A lot of other brands, you spend $500 or $600, you get that $500 or $600 sound, and there's nothing wrong with that because with the right foot pedals and everything, it helps with that. But usually the more you spend on that instrument, the better that instrument's going to be, but not always in all cases.
Preach.
Preaching it, absolutely. Like I said, I could go on about the guitar thing forever. What is the one thing that you guys want to use as your message to the fans out there? As a band, what do you guys, everybody has a message of some sort. What is it you guys want your fans to know?
Don't eat black bananas.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't eat black bananas. That's the only message we get to tell you. It's the only thing that you got to know.
That's right.
Well, listen, we're going to jump into a second song by these guys now. And why don't you tell us, you already kind of told us a little bit about it, but why don't you give us a shout out right into the song? This is Love, Drugs, and Headlines. Tell us a little bit about this real quick and then drop it.
Well, Love, Drugs, and Headlines. Hit it.
What's the song?
That's it. All right, and we are back on Uncovering the Underground Radio podcast show. Once again, I'm your host, Skippy Yickham of Brutal Business Entertainment, and that was Love, Drugs, and Headlines by Pittsburgh rock metal band Prime8. They've been with us for the last hour, talking to us, kicking it with us, and having a good time. If you've missed it, you can always check out the show after the fact and stream it and download it on any online major retailers such as iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Deezer, and everything else that we talked about earlier. So look them up, download them, listen to them, and share them around. And we got a little bit left on the show tonight, so we're not done picking their brain just yet. Something we were talking about on a break, and I wanted to bring up to the fans out there is how has writing process or even being a band changed with the help of technology over the years, because it's impacted a lot of things, from having no way of even reaching fans across the state or across the world with the development of internet, being able to talk to anyone, from cassette tapes to CDs, handing out in the street, to digital downloads. How has the industry changed for you guys over the years with the help of technology?
Yeah, as we were talking about in the break, technology is a great thing. It does help out the writing process. We could get together without even getting together during the week, even though we and listen to what we did the week before. We rewind and practice and listen to it and get familiarized with it. Pete sets little chunks. Mikey puts little chunks in his head, and Josh was eating chunks.
Or blowing chunks.
Is that his name, Chunks?
Yeah, I think it is. It's Chunks.
Josh is Chunks.
You go to grind.
I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, it's Chunks.
Which one of you's Chunks?
No, that's Josh's boyfriend.
I never got a name.
You guys are crazy. Now, you said that specific song that we just listened to, Love, Drugs, and Headlines, was more influenced by Alex at the time. Now, has he had an impact, you think, that still stems going forward on the band's direction of the sound you guys are in, or do you think that was something that kind of came in and that's something that faded out with his departure?
Alex meshed well with the band. I think he had, some influence. I mean, he was only with us for about a year, not very long. But while he was here, he did, contribute and learn the songs. Like I said, of those 5 songs, 3 were already written. And I'd like to really give a shout out to Chris Kilohertz for producing that album for us and recording it, of Oceans to Ash. He did a great job on our last EP, and I'd like to give him a little shout out for that. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to them. They're a great band. I enjoy them guys heavily, live and their music. So much love to them, and they did a great job on the disc. Now, where can people pick that disc up at?
At a show, mostly. We're getting our website up very shortly. My wife's been working on the website. I'd like to have that up. We're gonna get everything streaming everywhere very shortly too. I had a bad run-in with CD Baby when we were trying to release the album. We only released that album in June, and they were running some kind of stupid special where you get to stream it on all different platforms for $59. And then I had a problem uploading it, and then it tripled or something, $150. And I was like, all right, well, I didn't get it on at that point, but it's going to be up soon.
Good. And you have to let everybody know when it is. We can always make a post and try to get that out there to the people. So whenever that time comes, let me know, and we'll air it. We have been airing the songs that we played tonight on the show for the last few weeks. We will be airing them going forward, so if you like what you heard, make sure you check out that and a lot of other great underground music every week from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We play all kinds of great underground artists, and then as you guys probably already know out there, from 9 to 10:30, interview a different artist and underground personality each and every week. So make sure you tune into all the shows coming up, and you tune into all the ones that we've recently released. And let us know what you think of it. Let us know what you would want to do different, what you think we should add, what we should take away. We'll always ask our fans to tell us their thoughts, and we would love to hear yours. You can email us at brutalbusinessent@gmail.com. Again, that is brutalbusinessent@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. If you're inquiring to be on the show, feel free to send us those inquiries there as well. Let us know that you want to get interviewed, and we'll see if we can make it happen. And if you want to get your music on the show, or record a drop for the show, feel free to hit us up there as well. Now, let's see. We got a little bit of time left. A couple fun questions that I ask everybody that comes onto the show. I throw some random things out at you. Why are manholes round? You're muffled out a little bit. I'm losing you.
Assholes around. Oh.
Josh's answer is because assholes are around.
Because assholes are around? Okay. Did any of you guys have another take on it?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Josh,
Have you ever thought about it? I mean, why wouldn't they be square? Why wouldn't it just be a little square box you just climb right down into? What's the significance of them being round?
I would honestly think that the reason that they're round, and this is probably maybe just a guess, but I would say so that they could wheel them, move them more easily.
There you go.
You can't move a man.
Well, I mean, the cover.
Pipes aren't square neither.
Yeah,
so when you
pipes
try to
aren't-
put a cap on something, you can't put a cap on a square. Usually it's out.
But usually when you open them up and go down into them, a lot of times depending upon the manhole, you can actually climb down into it with a ladder. It's like it goes down into like a hole first, so it could be capped off square, but it would go into a round tunnel. But they're all. I mean, I get it. It makes sense. But it's always a question I like to throw at people because they're like, what? What did he just ask me? No, another one I would ask you is if you were given an elephant and you weren't allowed to sell it, and you weren't allowed to give it away, what would you do with the elephant?
Feed it peanuts.
Ride it.
Fuck it. Put it in the zoo. Set it free.
There you go. We got a wide, strange array of answers there. We got everything from feeding it peanuts to fucking it to letting it free.
Same thing, really.
Yeah.
We'd all abuse it. We pass it around to Prime8s.
Would you cage the elephant?
You sick bastards.
That's a group. Come on.
I'd give it to the circus.
I'd send it back to its own plan.
Now let's take a look here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, is there any plans coming up to venture into other territories? Any little mini tours coming up? Any festivals that you have planned? Obviously, I know not in the immediate future, but I'm saying, for next year, if you guys continue to write, continue to play out, is there plans of maybe some of these folks out there hearing you get a chance to see that you in their city?
Well, we're excited about the HorrorCon coming up, in March. That we're taking a little break for the winter to write. That's typically, shows don't really do all that well in the winter. Most people want to stay in and want to watch football, and so we're taking a little break to kind of write. It's going to be exciting. I'm very happy with everybody, what everyone's doing. I'm sure everyone's happy and loves what they're doing, right?
Love it. Yeah.
I hate it. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks.
2 out of 3 in there.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I count for more than one, though.
But what were there 5 of us? Those 3 out of 5.
I mean, any expectancy to, Ohio, West Virginia, anything like that coming up that you have planned for, going out of state, maybe reaching out a little further to some of these other fan bases out there?
Yeah, our October our Halloween shows in Ohio.
Okay.
Like I said, the beginning of the show, our next show is in New Kensington. That's a little, far away. I mean, not too far, but I mean, it's, Ohio show. Like I said, we only have those, and then we started booking in March and April, March. We have the HorrorCon, which we're excited about. You're on that yourself. You're hosting it, so we're excited about that one. All of Brutal Business artists. How many we got on there, Skippy?
I think on that specific show there is 6.
Yeah.
6, maybe 7, but I think there's 6 on that, and that is a great event coming up. So for anybody listening out there that is into horror and into going to cons, there is a horror con by Horror Realm that is going to be in March. I am the host of that specific event. We are holding the after party, so that means you can come during the day and meet your favorite horror stars and get some great autographs, have a great time, and then later in the evening can come to the hotel portion of it and have some drinks, listen to some live artists and live bands, and hear me bullshit and talk to you for a little bit. So it'll be a good time hanging out with the stars, getting drunk, and listening to some underground music.
Listen to Prime8, baby. Woo!
You get yourself some Prime8. These guys will be there, and you can check them out, and that'll be a great show for everybody to be a part of. I think if you do come to the show, they also give you discounts for the following day if you just want to do a one-day pass instead of doing both days. But that is a great way to get it started. So either go to that and then see us afterwards, or come and see us and get a discount for the following day.
Yeah, I like horror.
Horrors.
Horrors.
We like horrors.
That's people get all confused. They come thinking it's going to be horror, and they walk into a horror con, and it's just a bunch of whores everywhere. Like, welcome to the horror con. They're like, wait, I'm so confused right now.
Where's the actors, Nick? Where are all the white bitches at?
You guys are crazy. You have too much fun. I miss the fun with the bands. That's the one thing I always liked being in a band, is the camaraderie between brothers and sisters. Because obviously you do have a sister in the band, and it was great times to be able to be a group. Because in underground hip hop, it's a little bit different. So a lot of times it's just me going to shows by myself. It's me traveling for hours to other cities by myself. And it's a great time, but it's usually just me. So in a band, it was nice because you always had your brothers with you. So there was always such great memories and times as a group, as a unit. And it's a little bit different than now with different styles of music. So I'm sure there's been some fun times on, with certain shows and certain nights across town, across cities. You guys have had some great memories together.
Yeah, well, if you need people to go to a show with you, come pick me up, man. You don't have to go by yourself. Yeah, we'll go with you. Yeah, we'll ride in the car, man.
Yeah, here's the thing. I never really minded it though, but it's nice to have those memories. That, like I said, I remember traveling with my bands and shit that I was with, and we always had a hoot on the road. It was always just us laughing our balls off the entire time. So it was a good memory, good times. And a lot of times now, I kind of am just a loner though, so it's kind of fitting, but. Yeah, I've traveled to many a town and state and city that is just me. I'm driving for like 4.5 hours playing the show, sometimes driving to 4.5, 5 hours back the same night. Long time, on solo missions, but that's probably because I'm a fucking weirdo.
Well, I see that you're playing guitar more now, right? Are you thinking about joining a band, or what's your...
I think my plan is, for the folks out there in the radio world that are listening in that might not have seen my posts as of the last couple days, I have made the decision that Skippy Ickham, as an active hip-hop personality, will be stepping down after quite a long time. And I'm doing so with a happy heart and happy mind. I'm okay with the decision. I want to take that time and focus it into other, focuses of mine, and one of them being the label itself, and continue to do great things with the label and for everybody on it. And want to pick back up an old love of mine, which was the guitar. I used to be an absolutely, fucking vicious guitar player for many years, and unfortunately I had to stick it down to pick up other things, and been able to build what you see as Brutal Business today. And now it's time to get my guitar back and pick it up and start playing. So you guys can count on hearing a good bit of guitar from me coming up, and a lot more with the radio shows, a lot more with the label, and also the launch of my paranormal investigation team. So it's a completely different side of it. If you guys are into stuff like that, paranormal investigation, ghosts, monsters, all kinds of crazy shit, check out my other radio show, Celestial Oddities Paranormal Guys podcast. That comes to you 2 to 3 times a month, and we bring you everything from phone calls from around the world, from listeners telling us their stories, to bringing on great personalities in the underground paranormal world. We have a couple lined up that I'm not ready to make announcements of yet, but it's pretty big, and we always talk over different in-depth subjects and topics, so make sure you guys check that out as well. You guys, as a band, I know, Sean, you've tuned in a couple times to that one, but... do you guys believe in, things out there beyond just us? Are you guys into the paranormal world at all?
I'm into paranormal.
Yeah, that's cool.
Big
I
time.
like UFOs.
UFOs and anything paranormal.
Yeah, a lot of our songs, lyrics are about, the weird, the strange, and the crazies.
That's just us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you guys? And you can tell us a couple if you want individually between you, because I know there's 5 of you sitting there. But what is the one thing that you've had happen to you that you just can't explain?
I've seen 3 UFOs in my lifetime.
Wow.
Honest to God.
Wow.
3 in broad daylight.
Wow. Remember, they were planes.
No, they were not planes.
I was able to come one time without touching my dick.
that was when you were getting probed.
That's odd.
You're getting probed, not you.
I was just in bed one time. I seen a light and shit shot out.
Huh. That's one you don't normally hear about, right there.
It just squeezed that. Touching it.
Called confetti.
Imagine that skill. That'd get you far in life, you know what I mean? Like, I can just come on demand.
Yeah, like 9 months later, his baby popped out.
I was in the bed. I was in the kitchen.
Hey, you shouldn't have left it in, dude. Don't leave it in.
You don't even make it to the top button, you know what I mean? Like, you're getting hot and heavy, and it's like the first button gets undone, and it's like, bah! All right, I'm like, thank you. I had a good time. I'm done. I don't need anything else. Thank you.
Oh,
all right. Now, why don't you guys tell us, where we can, what is the, platform that we see the most from you guys on? Is it Facebook? I know a lot of people are using Instagram these days. Some people, are using third-party sites that I don't even know about right now, that they're part of some new waves of stuff coming out. I've seen there's like 4 or 5 new social media platforms that just recently came out that are trying to compete against Facebook. I tried a couple of them out, and they're confusing as fuck. But, where can we find Prime8 at as a main source of news, updates, music? Where should we be looking for you at?
Christian Mingle.
Definitely Facebook.
Christian Mingle. Definitely Facebook, my friend.
What's that farmers one?
Farmers only or something.
You might be able to find us on Tinder.
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
We also know how to grow corn here.
That's crazy, the dating world. Like, I mean, there's something for everybody now. So it's like they've made sites or, membership clubs for everything. Christian Mingle, Farmers Only. I'm sure you find some fucking weirdos on there.
Yeah, I'm sure they have all kinds of
So
weird
I
shit.
tell them my wife.
Hey, Josh, tell us about it, please.
Here's the thing. No, I'm not saying that you can't find a great person off of a dating site whatsoever. I'm just saying that.
I met my wife on Plenty of Fish.
Okay, see, and me and Sarah, me and my beautiful wife Sarah met each other on. We didn't really meet each other on Facebook, but we met each other very briefly in life, added each other, and then many years later, messaged each other on Facebook, didn't know who each other was, and started talking like, who are you? And we eventually figured it out, but that ended up leading into our relationship. So social media and dating sites and things definitely can bring people together, but it also can get you raped.
Yeah,
it can.
It can also get you raped.
All right, Greg.
I think you have a song about it, don't you, Skip?
I've been raped.
I think there's probably a good chance there's something I've said about that subject matter.
With rape happening on it. Don't
well, I mean, he is the king of rapecore, so.
Yeah, well, it was your shirt.
It's
your shirt.
Has Antonio Brown on, right?
Yeah. That's our next shirt.
Dude, he fucking farted on a doctor. That's fucking awesome, right? Like, he's money hero.
Man.
He's like, I farted on a doctor. He's getting charges pressed for farting.
I don't even know what you guys are saying over there.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I'm hearing something about Antonio Brown, and I hear some mumbles, and then I hear some other random words, and I'm just trying to stay with it. You guys are crazy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, so Facebook, you guys said, was the main place that we can check you guys out at. You did mention that you guys released a music video earlier for Black Banana, so I'm imagining that is on not only Facebook, but probably also on YouTube. Is that correct?
That's right. We also have a Reverb page, Reverb Nation page. Mikey maintains that, and
MySpace.
Yeah, we're on MySpace.
I miss MySpace.
No, we're not on MySpace, but we are on Reverb Nation. And
Forgotten playground of the internet.
YouTube, there's a bunch of songs there, and Facebook.
Now, I always find it interesting that an artist usually uses one or the other, SoundCloud or Reverb Nation. Usually you don't find someone who has both. It's interesting to me. Do you guys have a SoundCloud, or you strictly are on, as far as those two go, you're strictly on Reverb Nation?
Well, we have a SoundCloud.
Yeah, I don't really share it all that much, but we do have one. I don't even know what's on it. Mikey, what's on it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. You might find some hidden gem on there from 19 years ago. To go on over that.
Back when I was 37.
Back when I was
Friday.
Well,
It will do that to you, because I have a Reverb Nation, and I haven't gone to my Reverb Nation in like 7 years. And I looked up something for myself one day, and I had to try to find something, and it popped up my Reverb Nation. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I had this. I clicked on it, and there was like 7 songs on there, and they were all ancient. And the one song I had forgot about ever doing and writing was actually a pretty dope song. It was with a guy by the name of Ben Grimm, who used to rap here in Pittsburgh. It was called Real Track Killers. And it was funny hearing them old songs. So sometimes it's funny to forget about those sites like SoundCloud for you guys, and then stumble upon it and listen to some really old things you forgot about. I'm like, oh shit, that's right, we did write that.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's over there, but obviously you can find something if that's your choice that you want to go to, but Reverb Nation's probably a better option.
Yeah, don't go to SoundCloud out there, guys, unless you want to hear some hidden gems. Make sure you check out Reverb Nation and YouTube, Facebook. Now, do you guys have a Twitter? You doing tweets out there?
No, I don't tweet.
I don't even.
I never really understood the Twitter thing, and I mean, for anybody out there that's listening, if you're big on Twitter, educate me, because I don't really get it. I've had a Twitter for years, and I have it connected to a lot of other sites that I use that just automatically post to Twitter, but I haven't been on Twitter itself in like 4 years. And I never quite understood like how people get big on there. Like I've been around for years, and I have like 1,000 fans on there specifically, but you go on some of these people's things, they have like 480,000 fucking fans, and I'm like, I don't understand how you get big on it. I don't understand the concept. Like, I'm taking a poop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't understand to do that. Josh, you have one?
I have a Twitter. Yeah, it's basically about like retweeting other people, tagging people, and like being clever, so people want to like hear what you have to say.
Are you clever?
No, I'm not.
How many followers do you have?
I don't really go on that much. Instagram is more where it's at nowadays, because like
Snapchat,
people are getting actually paid just to have an Instagram.
Yeah, I saw.
Like,
I saw that.
I have a few buddies who get paid just to repost something because they have like
people
100,000 followers, 200,000 followers.
Yeah.
And so we should probably invest in getting a Prime8 Instagram.
We do have one. It hasn't been updated. It probably.
But like just posting like every like Sunday or after practice, we fucking.
Why don't you take that on? Is that you?
No, but
why not?
Well, a good thing you guys should look into is they make certain apps out there that'll help manage your social media. So you can download, sometimes it's individual for individual sites. So it might be one for Instagram, one for Facebook, or I had gotten one at one point in time, but unfortunately it recently did an update and now it doesn't support it, so I have to find another company. But I had an app that connected to Instagram and Facebook, and I would go on every Sunday, and I would post all my scheduled posts for the entire week across like 5 different Facebook pages, my Instagram pages. It took forever. I was literally sitting for like 2 hours straight just making posts and typing them up and setting dates and times, but then the entire week it just posts everything for you.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Sounds like something I don't want to do.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like if you're trying to make it every Sunday and you know it's hard to do, you can always, or like if you're trying to make up, posts certain times throughout the week, it's hard to fucking remember to do with things in life going on. So it's easier to be able to find one day for 2 hours than half an hour each day.
Yeah, I think they have something like that on Facebook where you could like post the.
Well, if you post to Instagram, you will not post to Facebook for a lot of things too.
So maybe I'll look at linking them up.
Mm-hmm. If you link pages,
you can link them because they're owned by the same company, so they let you link them.
Yeah.
Now, you guys Snapchat yet? Can people catch you snapping?
Not me.
15-year-old kid can do it.
Yeah. We're not Snapchat either, man. I don't think that. I think that's more of a younger crowd type thing, isn't it?
Our grandkids do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 43 years old, man.
Damn, you're old.
Well, I had probably like 100 different people over the years in the last 2 years being like, "Where's your Snapchat? Do you have a Snapchat?" So I downloaded one, and I had it for a couple months. I got it on every now and again. I got it on maybe like 15 times. And I mainly went on and like took a picture or like posted a picture of like a flyer for a show, and that's not obviously what it is. But then I would write on like, "Come to the show."
Yeah.
So I was using it as like a promotion tool. And it would be like 50 people seeing it, but there wouldn't be a single fucking reaction to it. And I don't know. I tried to follow it for a couple months, and I'm like, I don't fucking get this either. I'm like, we live in a retarded world. Like, the shit that they're putting out makes us dumb.
Yeah, my wife likes playing with like the little filters and stuff. She does like all kinds of like animals, and she loves that.
Ever watched the porn with that shit on it?
No.
It's wild. Like,
Yeah.
they like do like porn to like Snapchat photos with like squirrel ears and shit.
Oh yeah.
So here's my thing though. I have a problem with. I mean, not in the sense that if people want to do it for a cute picture, that's fine. But like, the problem is if you start to look through Instagram and some of these other sites, you will find this common trend where, for a girl, for example, will have like 7,000 pictures up, and 6,999 of them are her with like fucking rabbit ears and a rabbit nose.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like, there's literally no picture of their actual face. Every single picture, no matter where they are, like sitting on the porch, sitting on the swing, sitting in the house, at a concert, it doesn't fucking matter. They're a squirrel. And I don't understand it, man. Is it just me? Does that seem kind of strange to anyone else?
Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
Hey, it's better than duck lips.
Yeah, and we got furries here. That's what they do. They don't, the Instagrammers that are when they're in their real form, they're really furries when you see that person with the ears all.
Well, it's like the internet has allowed people to pretty much just mask themselves and be anything they want to be. It also allows people, if you notice, girls will put up pictures where they shine their face so much in the picture it doesn't even look human anymore. It looks like the fucking weird mutant kid from Mask. And you know what I mean? Like, and they put up a fucking picture and they're like, "Oh, just me chilling." And I'm like, "Bitch, don't. Like, take it down." You're scaring me. I'm waiting for Cher to pop out.
Face. Cher, yeah.
That's Rocky Dennis face, isn't it? That's the name of a Pittsburgh band too.
It's kind of scary though with the social media anymore, because with like cyberbullying is a real fucking thing, and that's really sad. Something we've never had to deal with in our lives.
Right.
We just got picked on.
Yeah.
Took out the parking lot.
You'd have to go home and fucking hear about it. Go home and get notifications on people commenting on a picture of you fucking talking shit.
Yeah, Skippy has a song about bullying and a video about it. I think cyberbullying is part of it, is it not?
Yeah, all of it's a part of it, man. It's just the general fact of bullying, but it has come to a new level because when you were kids, it was okay. You picked on someone in person, or you got picked on in person, and it became a fist fight or this and that. That's what it was. And now it's gone to a new level that it's not just like, okay, I can tease you or make fun of you or pull a prank on you to the kids at school and the kids in your town. I can put you up on the internet and have people all over the world making fun of you. I can capture some funny video, and now you have 16,000 comments telling you you're a douchebag and all this other things is happening. That's why a lot of crazy shit happens now, because kids are like, they can't handle that, or it causes them to kill themselves or something like that, because it puts it on a much bigger scale. It's incredible how, we said technology really helps a lot of things, but it also has like condemned us all, because I feel that we have grown too quickly. And a lot of people would disagree and they say, "Oh, we should be more advanced than we are." But no, think about it. If you rewind back 25 years, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have internet. We didn't have GPS. We didn't have any of that. You fast forward only short time, 25 years, and now we have cameras in our phones with listening devices, with GPS, with all in that short amount of time, how crazy the world has turned over in that amount of time. And think where it will be 25 years from now with music, with bowling, with all of it.
Yeah, 5G and AI.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's just-
crazy.
it's really sad. I feel bad for a lot of these younger people now
Oh, yeah.
because they don't actually have like an escape.
Yeah, like how do you defend yourself?
Yeah, you go home and you're still getting ding, 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 and you're still getting fucked with, or you're still being, alerted whenever someone's commenting on a video someone posted, or this is like there's no like you time anymore. It's always with other people, always. Even if it's not even bowling, just in general, just like you're always constantly interacting, or you don't even know who you are anymore because you're just constantly back and forth with somebody on the internet.
Well, that's another problem too. Is these phones when you text, text don't show emotions. These little emojis are funny and cute, but you don't get emotion by looking at or talking to someone face to face. You're doing it over the phone or text. You don't see the emotion. You don't know happy, sad, angry. You don't know. So that's a big struggle for these kids.
Yeah, and it can really go wrong. I've sent messages to people before that have been taken wrong. Like I said something in a way that I didn't feel was aggressive or, hostile in any way, and then I'm getting back an answer like, fuck you too, motherfucker. And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm looking at my message, and I'm like, I don't understand. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what is your deal? They're like, look what you said to me. And I'm looking, and I'm like, okay. And then they took it, and whenever you hear it from their perspective, you're like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah, okay. Like, so it can be taken in any mind frame. We don't look at it that way because we look at it from our mind's eye. But if you look at it from a completely different perspective, a lot of things can be, completely backwards. So that's a big thing as well. Like you said, is that there's a lot of room for misinterpretation.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy stuff. I think that's one of the biggest points we made tonight is the technology side. Like I said, that was our key point element of tonight. That something is certainly something needs to be done out there about that. As we addressed with my video, you guys talked about, or Sean just talked about that. You got to keep an eye on it. Out there, if you're people out there with your kids, watch them because this is a big thing right now, and it's happening all over the world. And there's no escaping it, like you guys said. That is the point of these devices, if you noticed, is that you have everything you could ever want all in your hand. Never put down the box.
Right, and when you pick up that box, check out Prime8.
Exactly. When you're vegetating your mind with your fucking box, listen to some Prime8.
He's a marketing genius, this guy.
Check out Prime8.
Yeah, put a Prime8, man.
If you put your finger in the box.
Yes. Yeah.
Check
Put
out
that finger
Prime8.
in the box and check out Prime8.
I like it, and that's the hashtag of the night. So why don't you guys finish this out with us, as we always customarily do at the end of every show. Once again, tell the folks where they can check you out. Tell us your shout-outs of who you would like to thank. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the evening.
Okay, well, you can find us on Facebook, on YouTube, Reverb Nation. I guess you can find us on SoundCloud, Instagram, but you're going to find some old shit, but maybe we're going to reinvent Instagram, make it alive. Thanks, Skippy, for having us. Thanks for having us as a brutal business, part of the brutal business family.
Shout out to all our fans that make it possible.
Yep, and all our fans and all our friends and everyone that comes to shows and all the bands that have been coming around with us. You can check us out again. Here, our next local show is going to be on 11/9, and we're going to have a whole bunch of bands where there's going to be us, the Biscuits, Salt the Snail, Demo Demon, us, and Claymore. Claymore's good friends of ours. We played with them many times, and that's about it.
No, that's great. You heard it, folks. Check out the upcoming shows. Check out their music. Check out their merch. Pick it up. Support them. Hit the share button. And show them some love. They deserve it. They've been around a long time. They put a hell of a lot of fucking work in. And they're going to be around for a long time to come. So pick up their newest album and, jam them out. Show your friends. Check into us next weekend as we have Delirious on the line with us from Central Pennsylvania. We're doing a BBE blowout time period right now, or usually for a couple weeks in a row. I'll put back-to-back BBE artists on before I jump into someone else. And next week, Delirious is on the line, as we said, and he is also a Brutal Business artist. Very amazing underground talent and sound. His hooks just stick in your brain, and you can't get them out if you wanted to. And then he's vicious on the lyrics. So make sure you check out that show. That would be on the 26th. And then the following week, I believe, which would be the 3rd, and I could be wrong on that. I have to look at my planner. But on the 3rd, we have Zach Shepard from After the Fall and A Common Crown. Really good Pennsylvania up-and-coming guitar player on the line. And he's going to be telling us about his adventures in guitar, some of the other things and side projects he's working on, and where you can catch their shows coming up. So make sure you check out the other shows. And make sure you check out our sponsors and all of our upcoming info that we have coming out. We appreciate you checking us out tonight. And Prime8, thank you for being on the show, guys. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. Yes, thanks for having us. And thanks for listening, guys.
You heard it there, folks. They appreciate you listening. Check them out, and we'll catch you next week on Uncovering the Underground Radio Podcast Show.